more A's and B's and fewer C's, D's, and F's than students on the semester system. This was a statistical study done by a senior here at Cal Poly, and this person did a bunch of hypothesis tests and came up with the conclusion that under the quarter system, we do better as students rather than the semester. And this might actually be due to the more material and more time management spent dealing with our classes. And the academics here, it does provide more classes, which does allow for more unique and diverse classes. So you're not just kind of stuck to your GEs and your curriculum, and you can actually expand and see where you're at. And then looking at the benefits of faculty, research benefits, a lot of our faculty members here do a lot of research and have a lot of research coming up. And so with the quarter system, they are able to do the research as well as teach classes. In fact, according to the Daily Bruin, the quarter system allows professors to teach their specialties instead of just curriculum requirements, as well as they have under quarters, including summer. Faculty members can receive 9 months off by choosing 2 quarters off at 75% pay, but can receive full pay for 6 months maximum. This is a huge deal because it gives the professors and faculty members a lot of time off, as well as flexibility with their schedule. And when it comes to class preparation, because it's only 10 weeks and there's less students and they kind of know what they're doing, it's easier to set up and plan accordingly, and there's fewer amount of weeks for them to teach per class. And then, like I said earlier, the student-faculty interaction, this is huge. I know a lot of my friends that go to semester schools, they've never even talked to the professor, but I've definitely talked to a bunch of my professors because of such small class sizes. And then variety of courses, it does allow faculty members to choose what they want to teach rather than just kind of sticking to maybe one thing they studied in college. Thank you.
So, touching up on a few things that JP said, one thing I want to talk about was the statistic of students in quarter systems tend to have higher grades, and done by the student here at Cal Poly, the research. But as Maxime was saying, teachers don't have the time to go into the more complex theories and the ideas that go along with the courses that we take. So because we have this 10-week kind of restraint, teachers are forced to give us the not necessarily bare minimum, but just the stuff that we really need to know. And not only can this be detrimental to going out into the real world, because there might be something that you need to learn that you weren't able to get because of the time frame. This study can kind of be skewed because of that. Like, the semester students are learning these harder, more complex theories, so of course they're going to probably do a little bit, not necessarily worse, but they're not going to be constantly scoring A's and B's. They're harder, complex theories, so of course they're going to have more trouble with them, as opposed to the quarter system students who are learning just the bare minimum. Thank you.
Okay, so just a little bit about what my colleague was saying. He did talk about how the quarter system is fast-paced, but as I mentioned earlier, although it is the same amount of material and the same time as a semester course, and it does lead to more pressure, this does allow students to kind of like sit back, look at the bigger picture, and manage their time, organize their priorities, really set goals for yourself, and stick to those goals, assuming that's what we do. And it actually has helped me a lot with my procrastination. In high school, I pretty much did nothing. And here I kind of came in and was like, okay, I kind of need to get on top of all my stuff right now. And then when looking at the calendar, and when he was talking about how this interacted with internships and jobs, yes, for the majority, jobs and internships would rather prefer you coming out in May and have you work from like June to August. But in fact, I found out the case over this summer that wasn't the case. I actually was able to obtain a full-paid job and a paid internship, and they had no problem working with my schedule and dealing with all the so-called problems that might have come up. And then when he was talking about the breaks and how it doesn't really match up with your friends and all that, I can understand that. We've been there. It's experience going back home, but we've all met a bunch of new people here, and it's great, and I've met a lot of new friends. And thank you.
Okay, so in conclusion, the semester system has a lot of benefits. Students have a potential greater advantage when finding employment after school. Transfer students have an easier time transferring. There's longer time exposure in each class, which can allow for better quality of instruction. There's an increased student-teacher interaction, which can make the students much more comfortable with their teachers, much more comfortable to ask questions, which can lead to more success. The semester system also allows for greater time adjustment into academic life, and there's only 2 final weeks instead of 3.
I just want to thank you guys all for listening today, and I urge you to think about the benefits of the quarter system and just remember how it helps students with their academic and after college success.